Hey y'all, it's Ashley. Welcome back. I figured I would give a weekend reading vlog a try. It's Friday. I just clocked out of work and got to this restaurant to meet some girls from my book club. The girls recently discovered that soft serve margaritas exist, so we're here to try that. I did see where this particular location has a soft serve margarita flight, so obviously I think that's what I'm gonna have to go with. But I am mostly gonna be at home this weekend, so we should get a lot of reading done, but I figured I would take you guys along with me. I really don't have a place to set you guys, so you're just sitting on my counter. But I met up with the girls, the book club girls, for soft serve margs. They had already ordered theirs when I got there. They were not big fans, so I just ended up getting like a regular sangria and some tacos, but it was still so good and exactly what I needed to like set the Friday mood. So it's a little after 7. I think I'm just gonna chill out and like read tonight. Not too sure what I'm in the mood for right now. Let me show you guys the lineup. One sec. Okay, so physically I've been reading Brene Brown's Atlas of the Heart, and this is nonfiction. It's a pretty big book. It is more like a coffee table book, so it has a lot of quotes and things in it. I've really just been taking my time with this, and I love Brene Brown. This is really helpful and I've been enjoying it, so I might try to make some progress in this. The other book I've been physically reading is Stoner by John Williams. Also, I have been taking my time with this and I love this book so much. I feel like everybody's been talking about Stoner lately, and I was kind of worried that it was going to be like an overhyped classic, but it's definitely not. I feel like this book is super accessible, and the book's called Stoner because we're following the main character named William Stoner. He really is just like a chill guy. I feel like I've heard a lot of people describe him like that, and I would say that's true. He's just like making his way through life, and he's very average, but he's okay with that. I feel like he makes some good decisions and some bad decisions. You kind of see him in relation to people around him. And as we're discovering Stoner as a character, there's something about this book that I feel like encourages the reader to like introspectively self-discover. So I'm really enjoying this. I think it's gonna be a 5-star, but like I said, I really want to take my time and not rush. I also might dabble a little bit tonight. I don't really know. I think I'm just gonna relax and like unwind a bit. I also have Nora Goes Off Script that just came in on Libby on my Kindle. I might read that if I don't feel like having the lights on. I think since I've been reading like a little bit more heavier books lately, like a nice rom-com would definitely be a good option. We'll see. Maybe I'll update you guys tonight and maybe I'll see you tomorrow, but I'm looking forward to reading and relaxing. Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. I know I look a little bit crazy right now because I just got out of the shower and did my tan, so I've got to let that sit a little bit. But reading updates. Also, I do not know why my forehead is red right now. That's crazy, but exposure therapy, here we go. I did read a couple chapters of Atlas of the Heart last night. I'm not too sure if I really went into what it is, but it's just a nonfiction about emotions and like exploring those, and the chapters I was reading were about like vulnerability and grief and stuff, so I really just wanted to take my time and like mull it over. I did read something about curiosity though that I wanted to share. It says, our childlike curiosity is often tested as we grow up, and we sometimes learn that too much curiosity, like too much vulnerability, can lead to hurt. As a result, we turn to self-protection, choosing certainty over curiosity, armor over vulnerability, knowing over learning. but shutting down comes with a price we rarely consider when we're focused on finding our way out of pain. And I feel like this book is so valuable, but I really appreciated that paragraph because it went into curiosity and vulnerability and how ultimately you're opening yourself up to hurt. And so a lot of people take the easy way out, like instead of exploring that. That was felt, Brene, that was felt. But yeah, I woke up super early this morning and went and got groceries. Nobody told me Texas decided she was gonna be cold today, so my allergies are stirring up a little bit. But I got groceries and read outside, and that was really nice. I'm almost done with Stoner, as you can see, so I'm probably gonna read some more of that, maybe cook some lunch in a little bit after I clean up. And I do need to edit a video, so probably cleaning and editing is gonna take up most of my day, but I do want to read as much as I can. And I figured we'd do a little self-care night tonight because we deserve it. Let me fix this glare for you guys. Alright, I think that's the best we're gonna get. It is indeed Sunday. It is indeed Sunday, and I forgot to vlog, but I really locked in and read my books this weekend, and that's exactly what I intended to do. I had such a good weekend. Like, I've not had time to just sit and stare into the abyss and like read in so long. I feel like every weekend I've had something going on, which obviously I'm grateful for, but it was nice to just have me time, you know? I definitely could have read more if I wanted to, but editing that video and cleaning took a lot longer than I thought it was gonna take. And of course I love to cook on the weekends. I made grilled chicken earlier and it was so good. I did like a sauteed spinach, grilled cherry tomatoes with like a little bit of Rayo's marinara and just a dollop of Greek yogurt to add a little protein. It was so good. I love chicken. Like, I really love chicken. And now I've got my sleepy time tea, and yeah, it was just a great day, great weekend. I am getting a little comfortable like coming on here just looking worse and worse throughout the video. That is perfectionism speaking. That is not based in reality. I'm gonna let it slide. I do apologize for not vlogging more. Obviously I'm a little bit out of practice. It's gonna take some time, but I'm gonna get back into it and I'm excited for it. So I guess what we're all here for, let me get into the books that I read. First off, I finished a little bit of Stoner that I had left. Stoner. This book altered my brain chemistry. And I want to be so clear, this story is slow. William Stoner himself is a very flawed character. That's kind of like the whole point. But I just love how exploring Stoner and his character and why he made the decisions that he made, it really invited me as a reader to like introspectively question why I've made the decisions that I have. Stoner's just like a really average guy. And this book explores so many aspects that are so ingrained in all of our lives, no matter what walk of life you come from. But Stoner's was a very like humble upbringing, and then he had the opportunity to go to college, and you kind of see like what he did with that and how he managed people's expectations of him, and then also like his expectations of himself, and how that's so uncomfortable to sit with. It explored grief and mortality and morality and just so many things that I feel like we as humans face every day in all of our lives. It was just so poignantly said. I loved this. I love this. And I was a little bit worried that it was going to be overhyped because I know so many people are talking about this, especially now. But as a classic, you need to know that this is super accessible. It is slow. He is flawed. He's not a perfect character. But I think if you go into it knowing those things, you could probably have a really cool experience with it too. And I'm just so curious. Like, I feel like everyone reading this is going to take something different from it. So if you've read this, let me know what you think. Stoner is definitely a story that will sit with me for a very long time. Next, I finally finished The Atlas of the Heart by Brené Brown. This was so good. Like, so good, but so confronting. I feel like there were some things in here I wanted to read to you guys. Perfectionism is self-destructive simply because there is no such thing as perfection. Perfection is an unattainable goal. Additionally, perfectionism is more about perception. We want to be perceived as perfect. Again, this is unattainable. There's no way to control perception, regardless of how much time and energy we spend trying. This here is a little excerpt from Bell Hooks' All About Love, which I also read, but I love that Brené included a lot of like quotes and graphics and things from other authors and research people. Everywhere we learn that love is important, and yet we are bombarded by its failure. In the realm of the political, among the religious, in our families, and in our romantic lives, we see little indication that love informs decisions, strengthens our understanding of community, or keeps us together. This bleak picture in no way alters the nature of our longing. We still hope that love will prevail. We still believe in love's promise. I just love this book. As I said, it was very confronting, very touching. I did have to take my time with it. First, because it's a nonfiction and it's a pretty big book, but also it was just very emotional for me. Like, I really appreciated this. And I think the more that we understand emotions and that no matter who you are, like in some capacity, we all feel the same things, it just makes it so much less scary when you have that understanding. Love, love, will cherish forever. And lastly, I hopped on over to my Kindle. I'm at about 40% of Nora Goes Off Script. This is actually my first time reading from Annabelle Monaghan, and I know I'm a little late to the trend, but I would definitely, even at 40%, I can tell you now, I would definitely read from her again, and I want to. So if you don't know already, because I feel like I'm one of the last people to read this, Nora Goes Off Script is about Nora. She's a screenplay writer, and she usually writes like cheesy Hallmark love stories that wrap up pretty quickly, but then her husband decides to just like up and leave her and her children one day. I actually love that we start this book with a little bit of heartbreak because it's not like a super deep romance, but I feel like it gives like a rom-com type book more of a serious feel. So because Nora experienced this grief, this loss in her life, she's inspired to write a more serious movie one day. And they end up deciding to film part of this at her house, actually. So Leo, the main lead male character from the movie, ends up staying at her house for a bit. I really like it so far, but I am at 40% and I still can't tell if I love Leo for Nora, if that makes sense. But I am enjoying it, and honestly, it's exactly what I needed right now. And I guess that's where I'll leave you guys for now until next time. Definitely want to do more vlogs. I will try to be better at vlogging. It's just been a while since I've done so, and I'm honestly not too sure what people want to see. Let me know if you've read any of these books or what you're currently reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to be friends, all of my socials will be linked down in the description below. If you want to, feel free to go ahead and give me a follow. That way you can see next time I post. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye.